Our next guest, his name is Jefferson Griffeath. He is a practicing attorney out of Moscow. He specializes in criminal and constitutional law. He is a former infantry sergeant in the Marine Corps, so the tip of the spear, and a veteran of 4 deployments, to include combat deployments in Iraq and the Philippines. He's a daddy, and he is a student of colonial America and the early republic. I became friends with Jefferson this past February when he held an impromptu rally outside of the University Inn to protest our pal Walter Steed. I guess most of the media didn't realize it, that there was more than one troublemaker here in town. And when I showed up, a bunch of them assumed that it was my rally. So it wasn't. It seemed only fair that since I crashed his party that we invite him to come out to ours. So Jefferson Griffeath.
First thing I'd like to do is thank our friends across the street. Believe it or not, the defense of liberty does require a diverse approach, and I do appreciate their coming here. Secondly, I got to tell you, it gives my heart. It really gives me heart to see so many people coming out here, in spite of the weather. Double so to those of you guys here who are armed. Just as an ancient samurai carried his sword, a pistol on a hip, and a rifle on the shoulder, it's the mark of a free man. We're here today in support of the Second Amendment. It was the founders' attempt to ensure that we can always keep the king's men at bay. Gentlemen may cry, peace, peace, but there is no peace. The war has already begun. The next gale will bring with it the clash of resounding arms. Many of those in our government wish us to turn over our assault rifles. Let us be intellectually honest with ourselves for just a moment. What we have are assault rifles. Do not shy away from that term. Embrace it. You cannot fly your Gadsden flag, shout Molan Labe, but then cow down and try to claim that you're carrying a modern sporting rifle. Be bold, patriots. Your weapons are designed for a military purpose, to repel foreign invasion and domestic tyranny. How can I trust any of you in a fighting hole next to me if instead of saying, come and take them, you try to save your rifle by talking about how a real assault rifle fires a 3-round burst? To the government, I'd like to say that I'd be delighted, honestly, I would be delighted to turn over my assault rifle on one condition: you first. I will turn over my assault rifle when each one of these officers here today go to their cruisers, remove their AR-15s, and melt them down. I will turn over my assault rifle when my government stops using SWAT teams for nonviolent drug offenders in big cities. I will turn over my assault rifle when my government repeals the Patriot Act. I will turn over my assault rifle when my government ends warrantless wiretapping. I will turn over my assault rifle the day that it doesn't take a senator 13 hours on the Senate floor to get our president, a Nobel Peace Prize winner, to state that he cannot use a drone to kill unarmed American citizens on American soil. But everyone keeps telling me I'm crazy, that I don't need to fear my government. Tell that to the Indians. Tell that to the Japanese Americans forced into internment camps. Thank you. Tell that to the civil rights protesters in Alabama in the 50s and 60s. Go to Waco, Texas, and tell the ashes of those children killed by honorless cowards of the ATF wearing masks and badges that we need not fear our government. Tell that to Randy Weaver after his wife was murdered by a federal sniper while nursing his child. Tell that to the gays who've been systematically abused by the police. Tell that to the Mormons of Utah when the federal government mobilized against them in the 1850s. Tell that to the students of Kent State. But as I wrap up, I've got a few more questions for you guys. Our guns, they're tools, nothing more. In the Marine Corps, we had a saying, one mind, any weapon. Accepting that the Second Amendment exists to resist government tyranny, our weapons are oiled and zeroed. But is your body, is your mind? Should you need to take up arms against our modern redcoats, can you do more than fire from a bench rest on your porch? We come out here and we tell people that many of these gun control measures, heck, many of these anti-freedom measures are unconstitutional. Friends, when was the last time you read the Constitution? When was the last time you grabbed a book on John Adams, Patrick Henry, Thomas Jefferson, Alexander Hamilton, or George Washington? Is your knowledge of the founders limited to quotes someone placed on Facebook? America's going to need her heroes soon enough. If you're incapable of the job, who is? Semper Fi.
He doesn't have any strong opinions, does he? I like that in the guy.